This intense and emotional video follows the journey of 22-year-old Samuel Joe Batto Jr., a young man given a second chance to turn his life around after facing a serious drug charge. At first, things seem hopeful as he avoids immediate prison time and is offered an opportunity to rebuild his life under strict conditions, focusing on work, education, and staying clean. The message is clear: this is his moment to change his future. However, the situation takes a dramatic turn when he fails to follow through. Missing required check-ins and testing positive for drugs puts everything at risk, bringing him back to face the consequences of his actions. The atmosphere becomes tense as it's clear that the second chance may be slipping away. Instead of ending it all there, he is given one final opportunity, but this time with much stricter rules and immediate consequences to make him realize the seriousness of his situation. The video powerfully highlights how quickly things can fall apart when discipline is lost, but also shows that even at the lowest point, there is still a chance to fight back and choose a better path.
I have.
Did you review with your client?
I have.
The court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Badillo, did you review the document?
Yes, sir.
The application for deferred adjudication?
Yes, sir.
Did you review it with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, sir.
Did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney?
Yes, sir.
Did you understand it?
Yes, sir.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
We did.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you proceeding with the
I'm
enhancement?
sorry. We move to waive the enhancement proceed as count one.
Any objection?
No objections, Judge.
All right. Did you review the court admonishments with your attorney?
Yes, sir.
Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, sir.
Did you understand your charge of possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 2, 1 to 4 grams? That's a third-degree felony.
Yes, sir.
Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, sir.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, Your
You have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in, the right to remain silent. By entering this plea, you're giving up those rights. Did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes, sir.
Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 10 years in the prison and up to a $10,000 fine? Did you understand?
Yes, sir.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
We've discussed that, Judge. Yes,
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
he does.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
I do.
Mr. Badillo, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter the plea?
No, Your Honor.
Anyone promise you anything other than the plea? I'm sorry?
No, Your Honor.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, sir.
All right. So the district attorney's office has changed the paperwork. So I will not be asking you whether or not you're a citizen, but I'm going to give you these instructions or this knowledge and just internalize it, okay?
Yes, sir.
If you're not a citizen, you could possibly be deported, not allowed re-entry into the United States, and denied naturalization. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
All right. The court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, sir.
According to the plea, there's a $1,000 fine and the state recommends deferred adjudication. Did you understand that to be your plea?
Yes, sir.
Defense?
Yes,
State?
Yes.
Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in both places?
Yes, sir.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, sir.
Counsel, are there any such motions?
no, Your Honor.
Outside the agreement, the state is requesting that your community supervision be for a term of 3 years. Proof of employment that you obtain your GED and 200 hours of community service restitution. Did you understand those were recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, sir.
Then to the offense as charged, how do you plea?
No contest.
State any evidence.
Yes, Your Honor, state offers what has been marked as State's Exhibit 1 in all attachments.
We have no objections.
All right, state, you may be excused. Thank you. Did you review the waiver and stipulations with your attorney?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there'll be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence State's Exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same.
Very young, he's 22 years old. He's not employed at the moment, but he has independently been working on his GED. He got as far as 9th grade. He is not married. He does not have any children. He and I discussed the benefits of deferred adjudication, and we also discussed how important it is for him to immediately pounce on doing those 200 hours of community service and any classes or anything that the probation department might recommend. He is very interested in getting his GED and moving on with his life.
All right. So why have you not graduated high school? What happened?
I had dropped out.
Why?
I had family issues.
What type of family issues?
Got kicked out.
Why? I mean, there's a reason. I mean, if you have loving parents, you don't just come home one day and they kick you out.
I mean, it's just like mother instead that, my mother chose her boyfriend over the son. So
All right. So, but why did she agree to kick you out?
she just did, I'm not, honestly, I don't know.
So do you have any siblings
Yes, ma'am.
and brothers, sisters?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, do you have brothers or sisters or both?
Both 2 sisters, 1 brother.
All right. And how old are your sisters
17 and 12,
and your brother?
10.
All right. So do they have any problems with so just you?
My mother's no longer with my stepdad.
So who's your family support?
Yeah.
All right, just one moment. I'm sorry. Another case that we've been waiting on.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. So who's your support system?
My aunt.
All right. And will your aunt allow you to live with her?
Yes, ma'am.
And then the next thing is, what type of warrant did you have? Because I read in the police report that there was another warrant that was outstanding. What was that about?
Parole warrant.
Parole warrant?
Yes.
Is that from youth? He was a juvenile?
Is that a TYC warrant?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, it's an adult warrant.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, from Bear County?
Yes.
And you're saying a parole warrant?
I don't think that's right.
No, I don't either. I mean, did you go to prison?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, what did you go to prison for?
Family violence.
All right, and was it prison or was it jail? How much time did you do in prison on that case?
With a year. They gave me a 4-year sentence.
Oh, they gave you a 4-year sentence and you did a year on it? All right. And are you still on parole?
Yes, ma'am.
And have you had a parole hearing yet?
They told me I wasn't gonna have a hearing until after this case was dealt with.
Okay. So counsel, do you want to go forward with this knowing that he's on parole? Or do you want to discuss with him what potentially could happen?
We had discussed it previously, and this is now ringing a bell with me that we had discussed this previously. That was a situation, Judge, that case, he probably never should have taken a plea to prison in that case. And the parole board, the fact that the parole board was willing to wait to see what was going to happen here indicated to me that this is probably the best course just to go forward with the deferred.
So do you know who the complainant is in that case? Because then I want you to make sure that you don't have contact with that complainant.
Who was the complainant, Mr. Britton?
My uncle and my mother.
All right, your uncle and your mother. And the aunt that you're staying with, she's not married. I know sometimes people will call their aunt's husband their uncle. So this uncle is not married to the aunt, is it?
No.
All righty. Complicated
Very
family.
complicated. unfortunately.
All right. So what were you doing using drugs?
I was having a little mental issues after,
What type of issues?
like depression, anxiety, and really that's really the only thing that I could think about going to was drugs.
All right. So this is what I can tell you. One, I'm going to try to give you conditions that can solve all these issues or at least put you on the right path. But I've done parole hearings in the past. Sometimes they wait to see what's happening on this case because then it makes it easier for them, right? And when I say easier for them, you enter a plea on this, whether it's deferred or not. They look at it as conviction, right? But I'm going to grant your application. We're going to try to get you some help. What I can tell you is people say probation in this court is not easy. I see people as human beings. Hopefully, this probation will get you on the right track. And whether it gets you on the right track or not, 100% dependent upon you. But if for some reason your parole ends up being revoked, your attorney can come back and we'll see what we can do about this. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So knowing that parole could still revoke you if you accept this plea, do you wish to go forward with the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. All right, this is what the court is going to do. The court is going to sentence you to $1,000 fine. That will be probated. Provider or with minors. Regular reporting by Zoom or in person. Regular random UAs. There's going to be 200 hours of community service restitution. 100 of those hours will be deemed satisfied upon completion of a GED or some type of trade school certification. And since I know that you just went to prison for the family violence, the remaining 100 hours will be deemed satisfied once you complete an anger management course. There's going to be field visits one time per month until further notice. And I'm going to do a referral to felony drug court. That's going to be in custody. That will take care of, they have dual diagnosis. So if you have mental health issues, they'll be able to address that. Drug issues, they'll be able to address that. But you have to be honest with them. And what I can tell you, if you're in the felony drug court program, if you get accepted, that will be something that could help you with your parole. Okay, so that referral will be done in custody. They should be able to have us an answer back this week since it's Monday. Out of custody, we can do the TAP evaluation and mental and MIC. Probation. Is there anything else?
Are you making anger management one of the conditions, Judge?
Yes.
Not the other.
All right. Is there anything else you need from the court in order to be successful?
Yes, ma'am. And no, there's something else.
All right. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Because it's a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we can go off the record. You're young and you've been to prison. And I know there are certain things that happen in prison and it's not a great place to be, but this is your chance to get your life on track. Please do not go out and start having children because you're not ready to have children at this stage because you have the parole matter, you have this. And so your life is a little bit in flux. You don't have a job, you don't have your education yet. So before you even think about having a child, get this under your belt, get parole under your belt. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. In this court, communication is key. If there's an issue, don't just disappear. Let probation, you know you're having an issue. If they're not responding to you, you can come back to court. And counsel, if he ends up being revoked, you can come back to court.
As the video reaches its final moments, the tone becomes deeply reflective, leaving viewers with a powerful message about choices and consequences. What started as a hopeful opportunity turns into a serious wake-up call, showing how quickly things can change when discipline is lost. The situation now stands at a critical point, where every decision moving forward will shape the path ahead. This ending isn't just about one person's struggle, but a reminder for anyone facing challenges in life. It highlights that opportunities can slip away if they're not taken seriously, but also that it's never too late to make a change. The pressure is real, the stakes are high, and the next step will determine everything. In the end, the story leaves you thinking, will he finally take control of his life and prove that he can change, or will he let this final chance slip away? It's a moment filled with uncertainty, but also with the possibility of redemption for those willing to fight for it.